Hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Steven, aka Storm, and it's been a couple weeks since we last played the Elder Scrolls Online, but we are back and we are ready to get moving with the new Blackwood chapter. I'm really excited for this. So the very first thing we're going to do is we're not actually going to start the way I normally do. We are going to enter the zone over land like we did with Markarth. However, I'm not going to do the first location I see. I'm going to go straight to get a companion so I can maximize my experience in getting on my companion because it takes forever to get them experienced up. I actually just spent the past 10 minutes getting the costumes ready. So yeah, that's the thing. I just got all the costumes ready so that way I can change my companion's costume when I feel it's time. And since Reewish is a male character, there's no overlap with the costumes that my female characters wear. So Miri, she'll have costumes that are all her own, and he'll, of course, Reewish has his own costumes, so I don't have to worry about overlapping. So I got a glass of cold sweet mint tea, and we're gonna ride right over here where there's a brand new gateway. This was not here before. They actually added this in. This was a solid rock wall until 2 weeks ago. So entering Blackwood. And of course, the first thing for Blackwood loading is not information about the Blackwood zone. He picks of himself all day. Okay, we'll grab this way shrine, but I'm actually going to come back for... Let's see, the quest in this area is... Okay, yeah, no. We'll come back and do this area, I promise. I'll go ahead and discover the location, and we'll hit it on the way back. Like I said, I want to go get the companion first. So that's the very first thing we're doing out of the gate, is going to get the companion. Also, a really cool thing is I won't have to put up the demonic chicken in when I go do, when I pull out my, oh, there's a merchant. I won't have to put up my chicken anymore when I pull out the merchants now. So, because the merchants now count in the companion slot instead of the pet slot, so that's good news. This is a gate that leads to Cyrodiil. It will probably never open. At least I don't think it will, unless they turn Cyrodiil into a PvE area, which I just don't see them doing anytime soon. I mean, I suppose it could happen. It would be interesting, a campaign to retake the Imperial City. That would be really fun, actually. Okay, Fort Redmane, we won't be coming here until later in the game. Luckily, they didn't make it so you can sequence break, because that would be totally messed up if you could sequence break. So there's really nothing going on here. This is where the final quest of Blackwood happens. Go ahead and grab the way shrine, though, so I can get back here quicker. Okay. If we see a Daedric portal, which is like the new world event, I might go ahead and grab that. We're just going to discover any locations along... Oh, dear. Oh, dear. A shrine to Nocturnal? Well, we can't possibly not talk to this.
My Lady Nocturnal, I beg you.
Ungrateful child. Bear the consequence of your failure with grace. You mortal. I command you to speak with me.
I prefer not. The last I recall, you were very upset with me, and, you know, I just foiled your plans in Somerset literally just a few weeks ago, but I suppose we can have a conversation. What do you need, Nocturnal?
Darkness curse you and the land you have traveled, mortal. Were I not otherwise occupied with that sniveling wretch of an acolyte, I would tear you to shreds.
Your acolyte?
Yes. A faithless weakling named Melona Brolus. When thieves came to my property, she spoke to them as friends and asked them to stop, as if that would stay their hands.
What did these thieves steal exactly?
The Shade Sickle, a powerful instrument of my will. For her inability to protect it, Melona will never sleep again. I wonder how long she can last. Perhaps you have the metal to return my sickle. With it, you would reap great reward.
Yes, I'll find this shade sickle for you.
I will bear witness. Do not fail me. Now, speak to my acolyte and find the cowardly fools who dared to steal from me.
How can I even be sure that you're really nocturnal?
Your doubts do you credit, mortal. But in your heart, you know the truth. Your shadow grows long and dark. The shades of Evergloam dance at the edge of your sight. I am Erdra. I am nocturnal.
I faced you before. How do I know this isn't another plot?
A petty quarrel. I am eternal mortal. Do you think I see your impertinence as more than a flicker in the candle of time? My sickle was stolen. I want it returned. That is all.
How can I trust you?
Trust or doubt, it makes little difference to me. I am overlooking your past transgressions, mortal. If petty grudges would prevent you from reaping my blessings, so be it.
You have a lot of nerve, Nocturnal. A lot of nerve.
If I repent fervently enough, Nocturnal may show me mercy.
You're Malona Boris, right? What happened to the Shade Sickle?
I was here, honoring the mistress as I do every night, when Giovanni and Darine, some people I knew growing up in Leowin, stepped out of the shadows. They took my lady's relic. I tried to stop them, but I just couldn't.
How do you know where you took it?
No. Darine had a sword to my throat. I've never seen her so desperate. I don't know what's become of the sickle, but Giovanni has a room in Leowin, around the corner from the bank. He might still be there.
What should I do if I find him?
They said they were going to meet after delivering the sickle to Tuma Mazath. Maybe you could follow Giovanni to this meeting? Tuma Mazath is a powerful necromancer. My friends are in more trouble than I am. Please help them. I'll pay you.
Alright, I'll track down Giovanni and follow him to the meeting.
If you can find Giovanni in Leowin, follow him to his meeting with Darine. And also, I know it's a lot to ask, but could you try to get them to abandon all this? The thieving and conspiring? It's not worth it. I just want them to be safe.
These people stole from you. Are they really your friends?
Giovanni is a kind person, and Darine is abrasive, but she stood up for all of us when we were little. I know them. They aren't bad people. And if I'm right about Tuma Mazath, no one deserves the fate he has in store for them.
How do you know Turma Murex?
He used to visit the shrine once a fortnight. Always just said he was paying his respects. I had no idea what he was plotting, what he was capable of. If he pairs the power of the sickle with his necromancy, I'm not sure what will happen.
Alright. Well, we're not going to jump into that right away, but I figured, you know, may as well pick it up. Still, you have a lot of nerve, Nocturnal, after what you did. But then again, she is Erdor, so... And there's a delve, which we will be getting around to doing. And the Duke of Crows. Well, I would love to help you, Duke of Crows, but I've got another thing to do. I swear, I will come back and help you. Maybe not today, but you will get helped. Oh my god, it's the Deadlands portal. Well, I said I was going to get the companion first, but I may as well show this off. This won't take long. The Deadlands, public dungeon. Behold, the domain of the President Flame Tyrant. Behold, the realm of fire and flood. By his will and the mighty are laid low. By his fury the blood of oblivion boils forevermore. Akaloth, Yarza of high faith.
No place
Hopefully there are other people doing portals right now.
Impressive for a sack of mortal meat.
Well, yeah, somebody just came through here and wiped out the enemies. So, yeah, it's like really pretty, but we're not going to see much of the actual content because somebody already came through here and wiped out the enemies for us. At least we'll get to take part in the final boss fight, at least.
Do you see that mountain of flame before you? It's about to consume you.
Oh, good. There are people fighting here. Oh, yeah, I just got Seals of Endeavor. Sweet. Yep, and that was all 3 that I can do today, so. Unfortunately, these bosses don't drop anything too interesting, so. Let me go ahead and pop a Witch Mother's Potent Brew. Okay, so the boss is not currently up.
Never cease to
Nope, never mind. He just came up. Or he's just starting to come up. He'll be up in just a minute. Now we just wait. Wait for the boss to spawn. Yep, here we go. It's getting ready to start up here any minute. Sorry, this is taking a moment here. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Yep, he'll do this shield thing quite a lot, so we have to kill these guys that show up. That was cheating. He put it his second shield almost immediately. I hate it when he does that. We got him. He's down. Yeah, he doesn't drop anything impressive, but a chest will spawn here that we can pick up. Sorry, I was trying to help out one of my guild mates. Okay, so we're back to where we, well, I don't think we're exactly where we were, but we're close to where we were, so. And here is our first companion we're going to unlock, Miri Illidis. Or Illidis. Unfortunately, my person that tells me how to pronounce things isn't here.
Not help you mount a suicidal rescue mission.
Then you can observe me kicking every fetching cultist's ass standing between me and my little brother.
Miri.
Who are you? Another of these useless Leowin layabouts? No, you're an adventurer like me. Don't tell me, Zagira roped you into this mess too.
No, what mess?
My little brother and I answered a job posting seeking adventurers to help explore a newly discovered ruin, only once the expedition got underway and we were all split up, our employers turned on us. I barely got away.
What's your plan now?
Free my little brother and the others before something terrible befalls them. I don't know if I can do this on my own, but I have to try. Can I count on your help? Or were all the questions just morbid curiosity? I can pay if I have to.
I'll help you with your rescue.
There were 5, in addition to me, who got duped into this. My brother, Liam, Eolaf, a Nord warrior, Ardia, a high elf researcher, Dijos, an Argonian scout, and Garlor, a wood elf adventurer. Other than my brother, I don't know a lot about them.
What do you know about the ones who tried to take you captive?
Not much. Zagira, the woman who hired us, was charming. I didn't buy her story that her expedition was for study, but she paid half our fee up front. I figured they were just treasure hunters looking for plunder. We had no idea they were a cult.
When did you realize?
About the time they said, don't kill her, we need her for the ritual. While they were trying to subdue me. Probably saved my life, though. I fought twice as hard knowing they were taking it easy on me. No one else escaped, that I know of.
I'm ready when you are.
We didn't get far with our expedition before things went sour, but the ruin was in pretty bad shape. You'll need a grapple bow to get anywhere quickly. Fortunately, I have a spare. They're simple enough to use if you've never tried them.
I've used one before, so I'm not going to pick that second option. I want to ask you some questions.
Alright, but remember, you already agreed to help me. It'd be rude to back out now. But seriously, I need your help. Please don't change your mind.
Tell me about this ruin.
It's Daedric, in origin. Our employer claimed it was recently uncovered, but I have a hard time believing no one noticed until now. And despite its condition, it doesn't seem that old. Barely any overgrowth at all. None of it makes any sense.
You're saying that this is new construction?
100 years old at most. I couldn't tell you who built it, or how it came to be demolished, though. I didn't get much time to study it before those fetching cultists tried to throw a sack over my head and drag me off.
I'm not going to ask that. I already know how to use the grapple bow. Doom Vault, Volpiana. Those vaults are worrisome, though they're even enough when they're closed. When they're open, by the 8th, that's even worse. Brigantine Sergeant Severna of Leowin.
We need to reach the base camp, but be careful. I saw a lot more cultists during my escape than the ones who led me here.
Ah, it feels good to be back. And while Miri's just a tagging along right now, when Miri's just tagging along with us right now, she'll be our companion really soon, and then she'll be with us all the time. Except for when I have to put her away to get a merchant out, or I have to put her away so I can do something she doesn't like, which is like go on a boat. But as far as I know, she doesn't actually lose rapport going on a boat. She just doesn't. She just belly aches about it.
Not our sky. It wasn't like this before. We should hurry. The bridge is out, but that support looks sturdy enough for the grapple bow. Base camp should be... Eola! What are those fetchers doing to him? Voice.
Miri, hold still.
That's Yoloth. One of the other adventurers Zagira duped with this setup. They've got him strung up like a new life pony quar. Survey stone's my ashy arse. That's a sacrifice if I've ever seen one. We've got to do something.
Survey stone?
Zagira had us escorting her scholars around the area to place those so-called survey stones. Supposedly, they would get the layout of this place in an instant. Bunch of guardung, clearly. It's sucking the life out of him.
Can we destroy it?
I damn well plan to try. It'll be dangerous, though. For Eolaf, most of all. That ritual is already feeding off of him somehow. The sudden shock of destroying the stone might kill him. We could try weakening the ritual before ending it entirely.
How do we do that?
That array by Eolaf seems to be the heart of the ritual, but the magic is being drawn to another focal point nearby. Destroying that might lighten the load on Eolaf, and the backlash of ending the ritual by force. It's the best chance of saving him.
Understood, let's go.
We need to stop that ritual. The sooner the better, but Eolaf's chances of surviving go up exponentially if we try picking it apart carefully, instead of smashing the central array right at the start. The grapple bow should help us search around.
How do you know all this?
I don't know it. I'm making an educated guess. Daedrology is my main field of study, though I tend to avoid getting caught up in their worship and rituals. Mostly, I'm fascinated why anyone would join these fetching cults in the first place.
Why study Daedra if you don't really care for them?
I took an interest in the anticipations of the tribunal and my ancestors' worship of them before the three rose to godhood. Dark elves aren't the only ones who revere Daedra alongside divines. But now's not the time for a philosophical discussion.
That's fair.
That did it! The ritual's weakened!
Oh great, they're waking flame cultist. By the way, I just noticed these guys have the same ability as the New Moon Acolytes. The ones that can summon like that really annoying fire shield. I hate that ability so much.
Eola! Follow me, quickly!
You don't have to tell me.
Yeah, and if you don't break the stones overhead, they will die. Just as a heads up, they will die.
Thanks mightily for getting me out of there. I don't know how much longer I could have lasted.
What was it? What was it they were doing to you?
Trying to pitch me into Orki's gnarled teeth. Or Dagon's, rather. Felt like all the air was sucked out of my lungs. Would have killed me if you hadn't come along. Was it always this hot in here?
Do you know why they were trying to sacrifice you?
I'm just hired muscle. I don't meddle with magic. They were talking, though, about positioning the other stones. They sent each of us as an escort, split us up. If they got the better of me, I'm sure the others are in just as much trouble now.
Will you be alright?
Haven't felt this bad since I nearly drowned in the sea of ghosts. But I can feel my strength coming back. I think I'll be good enough to move once I've got my breath. I'll be fine. Help the others while there's still time.
Alright, let's talk to Miri.
It worked! Sorry if that sounds too much like surprise, but I couldn't be sure if that would be enough to save Olaf's life until we tried it. If the cult is doing this to the others, we should be able to free them too, if we're careful.
Any idea what it was they were doing to Elif?
It was definitely a Daedric ritual, but not your typical sacrifice. Offerings to the princes are usually quick and brutal. This was much more purposeful. I don't know what they were trying to accomplish, but they were using Olaf's soul to power it.
Do you know where the others were taken?
The Swits didn't tell us much of their plans before stabbing us in the back, but I've got a rough idea where they were taking the other stones. If we had
Hello, welcome to the
these
stream.
corridors, we should be on the right path.
Let's keep moving then. That was a really fast load screen. That was probably overkill for one enemy. Look, there's another player about. More than one, maybe. Yep, there's 2 players. Doing the same quest as me at the same time.
I recognize that journal. It belonged to Ardia. Well, I'll be. Ardia actually made a break for it. She's the last one I'd have expected to escape. 2 left feet, that one. Much as I'd like to believe she made it out, somehow I doubt it.
You think she was caught?
Honestly, I'm impressed she made it this far, but my gut tells me she's still here. I think we should keep looking for the rest of those sacrificial stones. Whoever's still bound up in the cult's rituals is in the greatest danger.
Understood.
It's getting to the point that I hardly recognize this place. It's like the sky is on fire and everything's scorched. Did the cult come here just to destroy this place? That hardly makes any sense, but Daedra worship too often doesn't.
Maybe the destruction isn't the point.
It's possible this is all just a side effect of the ritual, not its intent. Who knows? Maybe their magic isn't just feeding on the souls of those they've captured, but everything here. All the more reason to stop them, quickly.
Alright, let's keep moving.
Lava. And look, those trees. The shifting is more drastic here.
Whew.
Looks like they caught Ardia after all. We need to free her.
Back me. I look forward to reuniting you with your brother.
That helped, but there's still something drawing power from the ritual. Let's keep looking.
It's a long way to fly on a grapple cable.
I think that's all of them. Now, the array. We need to free Ardia from that ritual before it drains her soul completely, even if it kills her. Still, we should look for focal crystals nearby that are drawing power from her. Destroying them is the only way to save her life and her soul.
What do you mean by even if it kills her?
I mean, stopping the ritual prematurely might kill her, but there are fates worse than death. If her soul is drained entirely from her body, it won't be left to the mercy of the divines. It'll probably wind up in the clutches of oblivion.
It's a terrible way to go. You know, it's one thing if you swear your soul to a Daedric prince, but being forced to give your soul up, that sucks.
I'm just a little unsteady. Normally, I love new experiences. It's why I got into exploring. Not that one. Never, ever again.
We found your journal.
Oh, I thought I'd never see that again. Thank you. I have a great deal to add to it now. I think it's good to record all you can, good and bad. It forces you to think about what you've seen and done. Makes you more mindful of how events shape you.
Did you learn something that we might find helpful?
Zigira was yelling at her followers about jeopardizing the foothold when I was trying to escape. I don't quite get what she meant, but I think they're turning this place into their stronghold. And I saw Zigira when they caught me. The real Zigira.
What do you mean, the real Zigira?
Among her followers, she dropped the mask she'd been wearing. She's a Daedra. These cultists are the usual misguided fools dabbling with things they don't really understand. They're true believers. I'll never forget how they howled for her adulation.
It looks like Ardia will be all right. Hopefully she can make a successful escape this time.
How many more of these rituals do you think there are?
I can't be certain, but Dijo, Scarlor, and my little brother Liam are still missing. We have to assume they've been captured and bound like the other two. We need to stop these rituals, and not just for their sakes.
What do you mean?
I have a theory about the purpose of these rituals. The changes to the land, the sky, the blasted heat. I think this place is being overtaken by another plane. If I had to guess, I'd say it's becoming the Deadlands.
How's that possible?
I think this ruin isn't actually part of Nern. More like a piece of our world bottled up, and the cult is trying to fill the bottle from another source.
All the more reason to stop these rituals. Nope, I'm sorry, he's a soul-shriven.
Garlor? Oh, fetching Vic!
Galdor's eyes are vacant. He's oblivious to the world. Yep, he's a soul-shriven.
He's gone. Soul-shriven. I've read accounts of this happening, but I've never seen it myself. This ravaged body is all that's left of Garlor. His soul, gone somewhere far worse. This is what will happen to the others. To my little brother.
Only if we fail.
Right. You're right. This isn't the time to lose it. There's still hope for the others. Garlor couldn't have wandered far like this. There must be another ritual site nearby. Let's go.
Alright, let's go.
thanks to you, there will be something left for the Hist when my time finally comes. But I did not expect the Dark Elf to stick her neck out for me.
Why not?
Dark Elves have not been kind to my Egg-kin, and I have not been kind to theirs in turn. I see I judged her too harshly. I should apologize to her and her brother, if he still lives. He was taken prisoner by Zagira, personally.
Do you know where she took him?
To the heart of the vault, she said. Further down this path. Where it leads, I cannot say. I don't even recognize this place anymore. I only know it dries my scales worse than Ebonheart.
We managed to save her. I don't know if that'll improve her opinion of me. Well, my kind. But I'm glad. I wouldn't wish what happened to poor Garlor on anyone.
We accounted for everyone but your brother.
Liam. Hang in there, little brother. We'll find you. We seem to be getting close to the heart of the cult's plot. Other than the ruins, the terrain here is unrecognizable from where we came from. I'd wager that's where we'll find him. And Zagira.
You want to go after her too?
No, I don't care about that hooded viper. I just want my little brother back. But if she stands in our way, I'll gladly kick her fetching ass back to oblivion. Come on, Liam needs me.
Alright. Keep up the attack.
Zagira! Give Liam back and maybe I won't fetch and kill you!
Unmolested as you stand helpless before this gateway.
That switch locked us out! We aren't getting that gate open by force, but I bet that mechanism plays some part in getting it open.
Any thoughts on what to do?
I think that mechanism must be connected to the gate, but that can't be the only thing stopping us, or Zagira wouldn't be so confident. We should look around. There might be more of these Daedric objects involved in the barrier.
Alrighty.
I think that did it! The gate's unsealed! Let's find Liam.
Hey, welcome to the stream, ringleader.
Zagira, if you think a little lava is going to stop me, you've got another thing coming.
We're getting ready to get our first companion, Miri the Dark Elf. Have a fun trip back to the Deadlands, Zagira.
This focal point is finished, but it wasn't the only one by the look of it.
How are you doing today, S Mars G?
That's done it. Now, destroy the array. I don't know. It's my little brother. I have to try. If it comes to it, end the ritual prematurely. I'd rather send Liam into the arms of Mother.
Does it say
Mary
Mars?
than
Okay.
let Oblivion have him. Just try, please.
I'll do what I can. How are you doing today, Mars? Okay, I got both of the focuses. Boom! Liam is saved.
I thought I'd never see you again.
You can inform your worthless legates that we stopped the cultists, no thanks to you.
Just be grateful your little dispute didn't land you afoul of the law. Cease your meddlesome trespassing while you're ahead, and get a real job.
I hate people like him. They really need to get punched in the face. Nice. I hope you guys have a good one. I saw my dad earlier briefly, but everything is just so busy. We didn't go out to eat or anything. We'll go out to eat after camp. We'll punch him. I mean, I can't. He's... Yeah, so we'll go out to eat after camp. It just, today was so crowded. It's like it was barely 9 o'clock when we went out, and every single place that we passed was completely full of people. So we'll go out after Father's Day. My dad doesn't like crowds. He's in his 60s, and it's like he doesn't like crowds. So, but I did get him a goodie bag. I got him some candy. I got him some cookies. I got him a $25 Amazon card. So
We did it! My little brother is safe, and that backstabbing viper Sagira's plans are in shambles. Oh, I almost wish I could see what Dagon does to her for her failure, but my imagination's probably better than his anyway.
Nice, that sounds good. One of my boss is actually planning we're going to have a hibachi cookout in July for work, which is going to be a lot of fun, I bet. I've never had a hibachi cookout before, because kind of like when they're going to cook the hibachi outside. One of our supervisors has a hibachi grill, and he's going to set it up, and we're going to have hibachi cooking. It's going to be really good, I bet. What's next?
We leave this useless swit to his report and count to Zora's lucky stars. My little brother is alive and well, thanks to you. That's more than I could ask. We owe you. If you ever need anything, and I mean anything, you can count on me. I should get word that we're safe to our parents as soon as possible. I hope to see you again soon. And Liam, straight to Leowin, you hear?
I just want a moment to catch my breath and thank your friend here, Mother.
Mother.
Thought I was finished there. Miri, too. I was praying to the three that she wasn't going to share my fate. Someone was listening, because you're a real godsend.
Alright. Yeah, hibachi's really good. We've gone to a place called Ginza's in Elizabethtown a few times. I love their chicken teriyaki hibachi. I've ordered hibachi from the Shogun's, which is the newer hibachi place, but we haven't actually been to Shogun's in Elizabethtown yet. Their dining room has been closed for COVID for so long. It just recently reopens, but we haven't had a chance to go since they reopened it. So, alright, it's time to summon my companion. Miri, get back here.
Alright, the next time you're helping me with something. Hope we find something interesting today.
What you think, Mars? The gold and pink, or do you think we should try a different color scheme? Well, you're looking at that. No cares. So let's talk to Miri.
Something you need to discuss?
Let's talk about us.
What would you like to talk about?
How do you feel about our relationship?
You're a pretty good adventuring partner, I'd say. Reliable. A agreeable. No complaints.
Let's talk about something else.
Problem, Sarah?
Let's talk about us.
What would you like to talk about?
Tell me something about yourself.
I love maps and old books. Oh, I can lose myself in a library or booksellers for days on end. I'm also a bit of an enophile. It means I like wine. A lot.
Well, I can't relate to the wine part, but I can relate to the library and the bookstores. I can also get lost in a bookstores for days on end, which is one of the main reasons Miri is one of my favorite companions. Not that there's a lot of options. The other companion is Bastion, a Imperial, who we're actually going to go unlock next. So, oh, hold on. Hold on, Miri. No. We need to get you a better mount.
Change of plans?
Much better. Hobby Lobby for me, you need a leash to get me out. Oh. Yeah, I think that would probably be a problem. My mother's kind of the same way. Actually, she will, when she goes into Hobby Lobby or Michael's, it takes forever to get her out of there. Alright, so we need to go down here for the next companion. And it's like nurseries are also really bad. The world game? Hold on. That was weird. I lost control of my mount. She can spend forever looking at plants, so. Always find me in the yarn. Though Jonas is better for yarn. Now the question is, do we find you like playing in the yarn like a cat, or do we just find you like looking at the yarn? My youngest brother, when we were really young, he got his hands on a ball of yarn and he rolled it all over the house. And he tried to blame the cat. Playing like a cat. He tried to blame the cat, but it was like in places that was impossible for the cat to have gotten the ball of yarn. So we were, you know, completely sure it was the younger brother that did it. But he was like sitting there, like, no, it was the cat. Oh, hey, cool.
Of a master. I offer no mere prestidigitation, curated magical sensations for people of all nations for only a modicum of monetary.
Show me something.
A coin and I would be delighted to comply. What captivates your soul? To witness life through another's brows? The soar in freedom between the clouds? To see to those wrapped in shrouds?
Okay, so we have three options. We can, I'm curious about witnessing life through another's brows, soar between the clouds, or I wish to see those in shrouds. Which one should we do? We can only do one. Second one, okay, soar between the clouds.
Into the air with you I command. There may be danger when you land.
Yeah, so yeah, he sends you flying into the sky, and then you, if you're not careful, you can die on impact, so. I didn't experience said death, but one of my friends did. They got sent up in the air and they died on impact. Yeah. Phantasmal discovery awaits. What's this? Phantasmal. Okay, arcane. I can't read that. Arcane archaeological survey seeks bold adventure for thrilling experiment. Ability to carry heavy magical implements is desirable. Bravery in the face of specters, ghosts, and other undead required. For more details, seek out Reewish. Oh, not Reewish. At the ruins of Vailland. Okay, we're not going to do that right this minute. I'm sorry, I can't put up with Reewish today. You may remember him. Mars, from when we did Vardenfell. He was the guy that got the bard eaten by cliff racers. Like the big thing came down and ate the bard. That was his fault. So I don't know if you remember that or not, but yeah, that's totally him, and he's back. And I don't want to put up with his nonsense today. Oh, let me get this though while we're in the area.
Let's ride.
Do I remember yesterday? Nope. That's fine. To be fair, you have a young child, so a lot of days probably end up blending together anyways. Okay, for a second I saw somebody floating in thin air, which is, you know, not impossible with this game. The Prophet.
Zasby sees you have questions. Who will be your true love? What will be your demise? Will those questions have the same answer? This one could tell you for some coin.
What's my fortune? Here.
Soon, you will visit a dark place of lava and fire. Keep your weapons and your wits sharp. Do not ask Zasby for more information. He cannot say.
Is that it?
No more fortunes for you today, my friend. Looking at the future of one so bright as you makes Zasby's eyes hurt.
Yeah, so he totally just foreshadowed us going to the Deadlands, so... Ha, lame. Hey, it would be nice to know if one day Reewish is going to find his true lizard love. Although, if Joe gets his way, that'll end up being Naryu, probably. There's another one of the alien whales. May as well go pick that up since we're in the area. Oh, this one's not activated. That's weird. Do you have to do them in a specific order, I guess? Okay, I guess we'll come back to that. Here we go. This is the quest that I need for this next place.
Perhaps this was not such a grand idea.
Hello, Zekas.
You have caught me in a moment of indecision, stranger. I set out with the idea of looking into strange rumors concerning Deepscorn Hollow. Now that I have had some time to think it over, I find that I lack the courage for the task.
Who are you, and what sort of rumors have you heard?
I am Zeechus. I deal in rumors, especially the sort that hint at opportunities. For example, there is a cave called Deepscorn Hollow on an island by the coast. It is said to be a smuggler's den. But that is not the only rumor about the place.
What else have you heard about Deepscorn Hollow?
Strange figures in hoods. Travelers who disappear. Masked nobles and dark rebels. Smugglers' tales to scare off the locals? Or something more? You seem brave. Perhaps you are interested. Remember your old friend Zeechus if you find riches there.
I'll go to Deepscorn Hollow and investigate these rumors. Come on, Mary, we have stuff to do. Oh, and While I don't have to tell you, Mars, you already know this, but the chat does not. There will not be a stream next Sunday. I will be going to camp, and I might do a stream on Saturday, so that way I don't miss a week of streaming after I missed 2 weeks in a row. But we will not be streaming on Sunday next week. So.
Hey, over here! I need some help.
Well, hello there, sir. You seem to be tied up.
Thank the 8 Divines. I could really use some help. The name's Bastion. Watch yourself, friend. I was accosted by a dark elf at this very spot. She went into the cave over there hours ago, but she might return at any moment.
What dark elf? What cave?
The dark elf Tanare Vels. She's a traveler I met along the road. The cave is Deep Scorn Hollow. The entrance is over by the dock. I'm here to retrieve a fellow named Quistley Silvel. His family sent me to find him. I think he's in trouble.
What do you want from me?
Untie me, please. The Silvels will pay well if you help me get Quistley out of whatever trouble he's in. And I could use someone to watch my back. Interested? Oh, and check the shack. I think Tanare dropped something during our struggle.
I'll see if the dark elf lady left any clues behind, and I'll help you rescue Quinsley.
Oh, thank you. Look around, would you? I'd like to examine whatever my attacker dropped.
To Ronnie Vels, as promised, our agreement in writing, that you do not take me at my word after our long association is a bit insulting, but I am feeling indulgent. You are to bring one Quistley Silvel to the Syndicate in Leyawen, preferably alive. Complete this job and your debt to the Syndicate will be cleared. The fool Quistley has difficulty remembering his debts, but the Silvels are a wealthy Daggerfall family. Maybe they can pay off their son's obligation. If not, debts can be paid off in a number of ways, as you well know. Current whereabouts, seen leaving the city some weeks ago, claimed to be going to Gideon. May have joined smugglers or bandits operating out of the caves south of Leyawen, Deep Scorn Cavern, or caves. The area is riddled with caves. Wears an expensive signet ring, dresses like a useless rich knob, fancies himself a ladies' man, brags a lot. Hopefully smugglers haven't killed him before we can collect on his debt. Larzel Tull, Leyawen. Okay, so Quistley is a playboy. Got it.
A letter? I knew I saw something fall out of Tanare's satchel when she ambushed me. Why? This is a contract. Tanare Vels is bringing Quistley in to pay debts in Leyawen.
You and Tyrell Veris are after the same quarry.
Damn it. I guess that explains why Tanare knocked me out and tied me up. Of course, that idiot Quistley would gamble away more than he had in his coin purse. He's done it before. Usually begs his parents for help, though.
Timuri's gotten a head start on you.
I ought to just let the Dark Elf have him, but it would be dishonorable. We better see if we can catch up to her. I'd like to leave her tied up and empty-handed when I drag Quistley out of here by his arrogant nose.
Did you tell Tyrael that you were going to Deep Scorn Hollow?
Probably. Yes, I did. We were just idly talking on the road. It never occurred to me that someone else might be looking for that petulant brat. It's not the first time I've been asked to get Quistley out of trouble.
You don't sound very fond of Quistley.
I should try to hide it better, I suppose. We were raised together, more or less. Except he was the firstborn of a wealthy family, and I was the foundling they took in. Something which Quistley never quite let me forget.
Have you been looking after Quistley all along?
Well, it's the right thing to do. I mean, Silvels gave me shelter, educated me alongside Quistley, even hired a tutor for me when I showed some magical aptitude. I owe them. And if looking out for Quistley is how I pay them back, so be it.
Did Teray react when you mentioned your task?
No, not that I noticed. She said to keep an eye out for smugglers along the coast, and departed soon after. She likely just hung back and followed me the rest of the way. Foolish of me. I should have been more alert.
Do you often work for the Silvels?
All the time. House Silvel has interests in a dozen cities. I travel all over Tamriel, looking after their business. I'm a mage by training, but I spend my days dealing with contracts and cargoes. And chasing after Quisly.
If you don't like the work, why do you do it?
The Savels fostered me from the time I was small, seeing to my education and giving me a place in their home. As I grew older, Lord Savell employed me in the family business. What I want to do isn't important. I have an obligation.
Let's go find Quisly.
This is different for Quisly. He's not one for any sort of rough living, other than maybe going to gambling dens and taverns in the seedier parts of town.
You know, I wish we could just leave Quisly to his fate, but we are the good guys. We're not allowed to leave people to their fates. Aw, darn.
Maybe there's more to this place than meets the eye. First time I've had to look for Quisly in such a rustic location.
All right, not quite a
His
mummy.
usual style.
It's nice to have a companion.
This is definitely not a smuggling operation.
They're coming for us.
When she actually does
She's
stuff.
getting good at this.
It looks like there's another
Well, I
passage
probably
beyond.
shouldn't be proud of that.
Looks like the ruin just sunk into the ground here.
Help! Help! Somebody!
Keep your voice down. Those lunatics
Look,
will
they
hear
have
you.
captives. We mean you no harm. We're looking for someone.
Over here. Let me out before these cultists kill me. I would not
Let
leave
me
them
out
here.
too! There's a
Please,
cult of
you
Sithis in these
value
caves! They sacrifice. Thank you. We've been here for days. You should get out of here too, stranger. These people, the Unmakers, they're crazy. I think they're preparing to sacrifice people. Why would anyone want to do such a thing?
We're looking for a Breton named Quisly Savell. Have you seen him?
I've met no one by that name, but that doesn't mean he isn't here somewhere. The only non-cultist I've seen in days was a dark elf who sneaked by a short time ago. She motioned for us to wait and left without a word. I should go.
Wait, who are these people? Why did they take you prisoner?
They're cultists, I think. They follow someone called the Daughter of Sithis, and they talk about sacrifices to the Unmaker. I was on the road to Gideon when they grabbed me. Can I go now?
Take the passage to the south and be careful.
Before we continue, let's talk a moment. Cultists? That explains some of the decoration in here. So much for the smuggler hypothesis. I didn't expect to have to fight through a nest of cultists to extract Quisly from this mess, but so be it. What's he gotten himself mixed up in now?
Do you know anything about Sithis cults?
What's there to know?
They worship a god of death, darkness, and primordial chaos. Nothing good can come of that. Quisley's always getting into trouble, but it usually involves love or dice. He could be in real danger this time.
The Wood Elf saw Tenriel Vels come through not long ago. She wants Quisley alive too.
Allowing Quisley to be dragged off to angry criminals is not much of an improvement. While Quisley might deserve it, I can't let Tenare Vels get him either. I want to try to grab one of these cultists and get some answers.
Why are you... Oh, I guess we should keep looking. Yeah, we already know why he's responsible for Quisley. It's out of obligation to his foster family. A lot of cultists will lose their lives today.
I wonder what this place was. It doesn't look dwarven. Let's corner one of these cultists. They might know what's happened to Quisley.
You lead.
I'm not really with them. Don't hurt me!
You there! Stop!
You'd better not lay a finger on me. You have no idea who you're dealing with.
Xanathar, give me patience.
What is the meaning of this intrusion? Who are you people? What do you think you're doing here? I warn you, I am favored by the daughter of Sithis. She will avenge every injury you inflict on me.
We need information. We're looking for Quisley Savell.
Quisley Sylvel? He belongs to Laleus now. She is the daughter of Sithis, and none dare defy her. Leave while you can. You're fools if you think you can save him from her.
Okay, so we have two options. We can say, fine, where is Laelis then? When will she sacrifice Quisley? Or intimidate. If anything happens to Quisley, you're not walking out of here. Though, quite frankly, I'm not really too bothered if he gets sacrificed. Number two, okay, we're intimidating.
No! No! Quisley is Laleus' consort. You'll find them in the Vein of Scorn. I think the way there is back the way you came. Or maybe ahead. He's safe for now, though. They've got someone else to sacrifice today. Please, don't hurt me.
Another sacrifice?
They caught a dark elf sneaking around. Even now, she faces the death of the crystal fangs in the ritual room just ahead. But Laleus isn't there. She and her brother are in the Vein below. Your Quisley is with them, I think.
Bastion, what do you want to do with this cultist?
I don't believe him. I think he knows more than he says he does. The daughter of Sithis? The Vein of Scorn? I don't believe it. Quisley's fallen in with death worshippers?
Is Quisley the type to join a cult?
Hardly. The only thing that interests Quisley is himself. Either these Sithis followers hid their true nature to lure him in, or he's so besotted with a woman that he doesn't realize he's in danger. Either way, I'd better get him out of here.
What about Tenriel Vels?
I'm not sure I believe this sniveling cultist, but we shouldn't let anyone get sacrificed. Not even Tenare Vels. Let's split up. You keep going, in case he's telling the truth. I'll see if I can find out more about the daughter and the Vein.
I'll see you later.
Please, I'll tell you anything you want. Just let me go.
Sniveling coward. Come on, Miri.
I know where a map of this place is. It's not far. Just, you know, don't hit me.
Helpful of you. What else can you tell me?
I think that's everything. Come on, Miri. We got things to do. People to kill. Sure, that should help.
In a big family, you have to know how to scrap. Thank you, stranger. Let's talk somewhere safer. Those idiots were going to sacrifice me to Sithis. Ugh, my skin still feels like I've got 1,000 tiny spiders biting me. That was horrible. Oh, and thank you. I don't know what someone like you was doing here, but I won't argue with Providence.
I'm helping Bastion Helix find his foster brother.
Ah, the dutiful and not terribly clever mage. I'll bet he's angry with me. I took care not to inflict any permanent damage on him, and I fully intended to set him free just as soon as I finish here. It's business, not personal.
I freed Bastion and found your contract with Lars Tull.
Then you understand my predicament. I need Sylvel if I want Lars Tull off my back. But it's not worth getting myself killed over. Help me get out of here and I'll help you. I got to look at a map, so I think I know where you can find Sylvel.
What do you know about this place?
Not much. Lars Tull suspected that Quisley was hiding out in a smuggler's cave on the coast. I thought I'd have to check them all. Then I ran into your friend, Bastion. I knew there was something off about the smuggler story, though. It didn't fit.
How much of a debt does Quisley Seville owe this Lars Tull?
He must be in deep. If Lars Tull is willing to write off what I owe to get his claws on Quisley. Too bad for him, but it's a chance for me to get out of a bad situation. Lars Tull makes a good living from other people's mistakes. Or desperation.
How did you end up in debt to Lars Tull?
I borrowed gold against imagined winnings like every gambler ever. You ask a lot of questions. Not to be rude, but I'd really rather find Quisley and get out of here. These cultists already tried to sacrifice me once, after all.
You said something about a map?
I found notes left behind by some unfortunate scholar. He'd apparently come here to make a survey of the ruins. I hope he had the good sense to retreat when he found fresh evidence of a cult presence. More likely, he came to a bad end.
Did you see anything about a chamber called the Fane of Scorn?
I did. It's all the way down at the end of this maze, naturally. The scholar's notes hinted that it's an abandoned temple, once dedicated to Sithis. Well, probably not abandoned now.
How much of a debt does... Oh, we already asked that. Okay, we're going to continue forward.
I saw a rough map of this place before I got caught, so I think I know where to go. I'll keep out of your way if we run into more cultists. After that ritual, I'm in no condition for a fight.
Of course you're not.
Cultists definitely go on and on about Sithis.
dead end and a vampire in a cage. This isn't terribly helpful. There's got to be a way through. I know what I saw
You're
on
not
the
part
map.
of this cult, are you? In fact, you appear to
Maybe
be
the map showed
lost.
a passage that isn't here? I would have sworn the map I saw showed a passage here. Unless, could it be a hidden passage? I'll look around a bit. Why don't you see if the vampire knows anything?
Why do you think the vampire... What do you think the vampire knows?
If he's been here long enough, he must have seen cultists coming or going through any hidden passages. But be careful with him. I don't trust vampires.
The map you saw may have been inaccurate.
Perhaps. But I'd rather not fight my way through half the cult to get to Quisley Sylvel. If there's a passage here, it could save us quite a lot of trouble. Get in, get what you need, then get out. That's how I prefer to do things.
I'll talk to the vampire.
Your comrade is correct. There's a hidden door. Your dark elf friend watches me with no small amount of suspicion. Perfectly understandable, but I'm not a slave to my hunger. Why are you wandering around Deepscorn Hollow anyway? The daughter of Sithis is fond of sacrificing strangers.
We're searching for a Breton named Quisley Sylvel.
I have heard the name. The daughter of Sithis herself has him. These miserable Sithis pretenders. I can show you the passage you seek. I'll consider it payback for the way they locked me up.
That would be helpful.
They hid the switch for a secret door under that crate over there by the wall. Clever, if one is a child. I cannot believe I thought these weak-minded fools might have a genuine insight into the dark mysteries of Sithis.
Tell me more about the daughter of Sithis.
Lalace is a noble from Leowyn who made a game of dabbling in dark lore. As I understand it, she found this place and managed to wake a presence that had been sleeping here for ages. She surrendered to the darkness eagerly. I doubt that it cared.
What about all the socialites who follow her?
Fools and dilettantes bewitched by the daughter's powers. They believe she is the living embodiment of Sithis' dark will, servant of an ancient power. But the only power she serves is her own avarice and lust, like any greedy mortal.
Thank you for your help.
Surprisingly helpful.
Wait, would you do me a favor in return? Perhaps before you rush off, you might unlock this cell? A favor in return for my showing you the switch? Let me again assure you, I'm in control of my urges. I shall not harm you.
First, tell me how you wound up in that cell.
I came here hoping the temple held answers about my condition. But the cultists discovered me as I fed upon an unwary noble from Gideon. The daughter of Sithis was intrigued, but when she realized I had not yet mastered my powers, she locked me away.
Why didn't you just turn into mist?
Yes, that would be an elegant solution to my predicament. I'm afraid that I'm rather new to this state of being. I haven't figured out that trick yet.
How do you know that? Or how do I know that you want to attack us?
I'm still capable of gratitude, stranger. I just want to be free of this place. I came here expecting something quite different.
Okay, so we have two different options. We can choose to keep him in the cell, or we can let him out. He did show us where the door is. And we do know that some vampires are in control of their hunger, like Verondis Ravenwatch and Gwendis and the others. So, do we want to let him out, or do we want to keep him in the cell? Let him out. All right, fine, I'll let you out.
Perhaps before you rush off, you might unlock this cell? A favor in return for
Yeah, it's a little bit glitched.
Thank you. Perhaps the friend you seek might still be alive.
I wouldn't call him friend.
I knew it. I never grow tired of being correct.
Wait. But he disappeared. Okay. It says to talk to him, but I can't. That's weird. Oh, he's right over here. Okay.
Perhaps before you rush off, you
You're
might...
already out of the
I
sale.
came here yeah, I'm still capable of gratitude.
Yeah, so that next step is a little bit glitched, I guess. They'll probably fix that eventually. Hopefully, anyways.
This should take us right to the cult's hidden temple. Come on. Hold up a moment before we go on. I've been thinking. I stumbled headlong into a bad situation once already. I do try to learn from my mistakes. I've been thinking. There's a good chance we won't find Quisley Sylvel alive.
What happens if you return empty-handed?
Nothing good. I wouldn't go so far as to say that it comes down to bringing Quisley in or taking his place, but it's close. I really need to be free of Lost Hull. I barely persuaded him to give me this chance. I won't get another one.
What do you suggest then?
This may sound ghoulish, but if Quisley is dead, I'd like his signet ring. It's big, gold, and set with rubies. If I bring it back to Lost Hull, it will show that I held up my end of our bargain, and he would take it in payment of my debt.
We need to locate Quisley first, alive or dead.
Someone's coming!
Oh, there you are. I'm afraid I wasted my time on that cultist. He knew nothing. Glad I caught up to you. Oh, I see you found that Tenare. Watch your back, friend. You put the fear of the gods into our captive cultist. He was sobbing on the floor when I gave up and left. I did meet a surprisingly talkative vampire, though. He told me which way you went. And seriously, do not turn your back on Tenare.
Have you learned anything more about this cult?
Our weepy friend told me that Quisley's quite taken with this daughter of Sithis. Figures. My guess is he told her his family is wealthy, so she's keeping him alive for ransom. We'll probably find them in the shrine they call the Fane of Scorn.
Tirani knows where the Fane is, although she thinks Quisley may have been sacrificed already.
She seems like the sort who expects the worst. I remain optimistic. I don't always get along with Quisley, but I don't want him to end up sacrificed by the cult. Or turned into some crime boss's object lesson, for that matter.
Someone has to pay Quisley's debts in Leowen.
Not at the cost of his life. I'll figure out something. I always do. But, just in case, warn Tenare that she'd better not try anything foolish when we get Quisley. She caught me off guard once. It won't happen again.
Let's just find him first, and then we can sort it all out.
You're not even going to apologize, are you?
I'm sorry?
Just keep your distance from Quisley. He's my responsibility.
Opening the Hall of Sithis.
Off with you, Swit!
Quisley!
I'm no use in a fight right
Bastian,
now.
what
I'll keep
are
back.
you doing here? Go away. I'll just... oh dear. I'll get out of the way.
Well, come on. You're gonna... There you are.
Arise, my brother. Kill these trespassers.
I need to grab Quisley before he runs off again. The little bastard.
Yeah, he has a lot of He doesn't have a lot of love for his foster brother, does he?
How dare you? Lalice would never have hurt me. She said so.
Well, she's dead now.
She murders people. You idiot! You were probably next.
I'm not talking to you, Bastion, nor to that rude dark elf that just laughed at me.
Well, then you're not gonna like me.
You spoiled everything. You and that lumbering oaf my father insists on sending to make my life miserable, and whoever that dark elf is, barging in and ruining my life. Who do you people think you are?
We saved your life. The cultists planned on sacrificing you.
Well, that's just your opinion. Everybody here treated me as a guest of honor, and Lalace, the daughter of Sithis, chose me to be her consort. She told me that she'd give me the
This guy's too much, yeah, right?
Why would you ruin this for me?
Bastion tells me your parents demand your presence.
I can't believe they sent Bastion after me again. They treat me as if I were a wayward child. I am perfectly capable of managing my own affairs. I refuse to go.
Okay, then Tyranny says that Lutuz wants a word with you.
That is no concern. Wait. Did you say Lars Tull? Is that why the Dark Elf's here? I've seen her in his headquarters out here. I may owe him some gold.
You're lucky to be leaving this place alive, whomever claims you.
Claim me? I am not some sack of flour to be bargained over.
He sounds like
well.
Buggy, yes.
Bastion works for me.
He does sound like Buggy, doesn't he?
I'll go with him. I can write a promissory note for the Dark Elf to deliver to her thug of a boss. He's a terrible person.
What was that about my rubber nose? I'm not sure the decision's up to you, Quisley.
Bastion doesn't seem very fond of Quisley. I can't imagine why. We compared notes while you were talking with that simpering idiot. Bastion said he might have an idea that would solve things for both of us.
You don't want to deliver Quisley to Lars Tull?
Years ago, I lost everything trying to...
Pretty shoots a mascara, yes.
Fishy trading scheme. Lars Tull offered to help me. I'm still paying for it. It would be grand to be done with Lars Tull and to pull one over him at the same time.
That sounds risky.
If Bastion's willing to work with me, and perhaps forget about the knocked out and tied up business, I think we might have...
Bon Clay, yes. Mr. Two Bon Clay. Bon Chi. I miss Bon Chi. I'll speak to him and see what he's thinking. Yeah, Bon Chi went out like a hero, though.
Once we get Quisley out of here, I'm done. I've paid my debt to his family 3 times over. All right. I think I know how to sort this out. If Tanare is prepared to listen, that is, I'm willing to overlook the knock on the head to settle this.
What's your plan?
First, we need to get Quisley out of Blackwood. Tanare doesn't have anything personal against him. Well, no more than anyone else who meets him. But the criminals she'd bring Quisley to might kill him.
Will Quisley go along with that?
I'll threaten to tell his parents about this whole affair unless he cooperates and goes straight back to Daggerfall. Quisley knows that Lord Sylvel can cut him off. It's the only threat that actually scares him. He would have to earn a living.
What about Tyranny?
I think we can all walk away from this. We ship Quisley home, secretly. Then we make sure that Tanare has something she can take back to Lars Tull. Thank you, friend. I think Lord Sylvel would agree that you've earned your payment. How do you think, Tanare? Are you willing to give it a try?
I'll need to bring Lars Tull proof of Quisley's demise.
What kind of proof would you need?
I'm clearly not dead!
If I bring Quisley's signet ring to Lars Tull, he'll believe me.
That's what I was thinking. I'll tell the Sylvels that Quisley sold the ring to pay his debt.
I'm right here!
That ring should work. It might even cover most of Quisley's debt.
What? My ring? I'm not giving you a damn thing! Bastion, keep that woman away from me!
Oh, that was so sweet. He laid him out.
Here you go. I'll make sure Quistley understands to stay away from Blackwood.
Thank you. This should clear my account with Last Toll. And perhaps clear yours with this ingrate and his family too.
We should leave this place. I'll see Quistley on his way when he comes around.
I hope that felt good, Bastion. Because he deserved it. All right. Well, I think that's actually going to be a good stopping point for this week. We have got both companions unlocked, and we are ready to start Blackwood in earnest. So next week we'll go up here to Border Watch, and we'll start doing Border Watch, probably next Saturday before camp. So I'll do that while I'm taking a break from packing, because I'm probably going to need a break from packing on Saturday anyway, so I'll just stream for a bit as a break from packing for camp, and then I'll get back to packing for camp. So anyways, I want to thank everyone for watching. If they did, or if you catch us in the future, thank you as well. And Mars, I will see you next week at camp. So all right, everyone, have a great day. Bye.